Good morning-ish. It's 10:22. I am trying to make my way to work. It's going slowly. It's as it does usually. I usually don't make it into actual workspace until 11 or noon sometimes. If I get there at like 9 o'clock, I don't know what to do with myself. So, I don't know how many of you were eagerly awaiting the second installment of this book that I've been toiling over for the last couple of years. It's really not toiling. I love to do it. It's just that inspiration comes somewhat slowly. Not even that. I often have lots of ideas. It's just I don't have time to execute them. So here we were. There's me in the arms of that slug creature. This strange ocean of graspy arm dealies. Two little square-faced creatures meeting, and then this morphs into the little arm creatures morph into like a field, and the little creatures are kissing. I still haven't finished coloring all of this in. I want to add more color into the when the arms morph into this forest. This is new. This part right here. This creature with spiky wings and just dropping people down. There's going to be a pile of people here. Yeah, well, this came about because I was struggling with feelings about my mom, who recently had has had some problems of her own, and hopefully will be able to overcome them. But it did affect me, and it made me feel a certain way. So this is what came out of that. This creature and the falling people. But yeah, this is what I used this book for. This was my old home in Mountain View with the German. Here's the German, actually. Poor guy. With all of his question marks, his little bat demon question marks all around him. Poor fellow. This is also the German. This is me. Like arrows of longing. A little black door. More letters. These spell out something, but it's not important. House, little creature, little threatening things. Shipwreck. This really didn't mean much personally, in my personal mind. It was more that I really wanted to draw this little creature guy and this shipwreck and the little lifeboat. Same here. This really doesn't have a whole lot of meaning. I mean, it doesn't not have meaning, but it doesn't have the meaning, say, that, like, this one does, you know, or there, or there. You know, there's, sometimes it's just because I want to draw it. Sometimes it's because there's motivation in my personal life. But, yeah, there's several more pages, and eventually I'll have some time to get to all of this. It's such a struggle because I have this other creative business on the side. It's my main form of income. It's my only form of income. So it's my job, you know, and it's a struggle to run your own business. It takes so much out of you. And I mean, I'm lucky that it's been so good to me the last year and a half. It's just also trying to balance, like, my personal interests and this job, which I love to do. That's the thing. When you love what you do, it's hard to draw the line. You know, if I hated my job, then when I was done with it at the end of the day, I would just shut the door on that part of my life and have time for other things. But it's always consuming in my mind. And I spend a lot of time, like, screwing around on the internet, you know, which needs to stop. So that's also something I'm working on. And screwing around on my iPhone. I've finally taken Facebook and New York Times and Huffington Post off of my iPhone because I just can't stop messing with my phone. And that's just no good. So it leaves me no time to do this, and this I find really satisfying, you know. This is the second book that I'm working on. I also have another project here, which was supposed to be for Jonathan on Valentine's Day. Hopefully he won't look at my blog. Sometimes he misses posts. But yeah, I haven't been able to finish it. I mean, it was kind of a large project to take on. I wanted to like show how we met. So here's Portland, and here across the bridge is a little stylized OMSI. That was our first date, the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. And then I'm gonna put a big, huge sky up here with all the constellations, and then have constellations reflected in the river here. And then up here is a telescope, and it will have two of us, you know. I think he'll be leaning over to look into the telescope, and I'll be pointing up into the sky. So the two of us will be standing on this hill. And then in this circle right here that you can't see will be a drawing of Galileo's telescope. And I'm doing that because Jonathan has this crazy interest in the universe and telescopes. So I'm trying to finish this. I haven't worked on it in months, which is no good. Right here is a poem he sent me. He made me these, let me find it. See all these little bottles? They're filled with poems, love poems. And I got, so like, I think there's, I don't know how many there are, a bunch of them. But in the 2 weeks leading up to Valentine's Day, I got one of these a day, you know, or two of these a day, until I got to the end. And this one has a tiny pug tooth in it. It's filled with love, and the love that the pugs create between us. Yeah, anyway, so that poem here written in the water here is from, you can't really read it. It's hard to read. My handwriting's terrible. But it's from one of those bottles. Anyway, that was a rambling way to get to what I really, all I really wanted to do was show you the new drawing on here, but once I get talking, I'm already talking. So yeah, that's it. I'm waiting to see how the rest of this will turn out. I'm not quite sure what will be the next transition. Hopefully it will be something positive. So yeah, all right, well that's about it for now. And when I get something new drawn in here, I will update you. Okay.